Alright, so first thing I'm going to try to do on this old Webco here that I believe is a 75 model, it's going to be to remove this old seat post that's stuck in here. It looks like it's an old fluted aluminum seat post, so kind of sprayed some PB blaster and whacked around on it to try to get it to move or break loose a little bit. Couldn't get much action either way there, so kind of my plan at this point is, you know, since there's really not anything to grab hold to, seeing as how it's, you know, just shaved down to nothing, kind of somebody twisted it off there, I'm probably just going to drill, basically open up that inside, and then you know, get it to where the metal's pretty thin, you know, see if it moves at that point. You know, which a lot of times you get it heated up from the inside like that and they'll break loose pretty quick, but bottom line, I want to try to get the wall thickness pretty thin, and then I'll just take a hacksaw blade, and, you know, being that it's fluted, I can do, you know, two opposing sides and not get into the frame, and, you know, basically cut the seat post into two pieces. And I, you know, kind of felt in there with the spoke, and it feels like it's down about, I don't know, maybe 4 inches or so. So, you know, being aluminum, it shouldn't be a huge deal there. So I guess that's going to be phase one, is to get that seat post out of there. Alright, so after several days of struggling with this thing, finally got the, if I can get a little flashlight in there, maybe action, but finally got that seat post out of there, out of the frame here. Basically I just had this little, you know, would cut it, and then I would just kind of drive the screwdriver and, you know, kind of wedge it in between the frame and the seat post there. And these things were just really, you know, I don't know how well you can see it, but we're in there so long, it was like the metal and the aluminum were just fused together, so it was definitely a pain. But kind of what I'll zoom in on this here in just a bit, but basically the thing that kind of saved me, you know, there towards the end, you know, it just seemed like this was just kind of hanging up within the frame, so basically I you know, had a video a little while back, you know, when I was making my bandsaw stand, that my grinder bit the dust, and this is the old grinder I used to have. It's just an old Chinese, you know, probably bought it for 20 bucks or maybe less than that, and it lasted for 10 years, and, you know, I've had, you know, the handle broke, I made this handle for it, and this thing, the shield broke off, and so I re-welded that together, so it's been pretty, you know, cord's pretty crappy, but it finally just bit the dust. I took it apart to see if it could be repaired, but couldn't do it. So anyways, I ended up buying this one, this little Makita grinder. This is the model 9557NB Makita angle grinder. Picked this up at Home Depot for $59.99. I put the little flap disc in there, which works real nice. But this thing comes with one grinding disc, nice little bonus, and the tool. I think bang for the buck. I really like the way this thing works. It's you know, for a grinder, it's I don't know, maybe not quite as loud as my other grinder. Still, you know, grinders are going to be loud. But like the little on-off switch there. You know, it locks on, and then to turn it off, it's, you know, basically stays locked, so you can, you know, I kind of like that feature where you can work around. It's not like the paddle shifters where you have to hold it on. You know, you can maneuver it around and such. I definitely, you know, have to credit this thing with helping me get the most difficult seat post I think I've ever had to remove. So it's got that going for it, I guess. I checked several different you know, grinders, went shopping around and such, and I don't know, this one felt, you know, just, I like the way the angle of the handle is and such, and I don't know, had really good reviews, and you know, several others did too. I'm sure that, you know, it was kind of down to this one, the DeWalt and the Milwaukee, but you know, there's a Ryobi one that was pretty nice also. But in the end, I don't know, I just kind of like the way this one felt. And anyway, this thing, I used it for the first time today to make this, you know, kind of smooth out this little tool. And once I did that, these pieces just came right out. So there's these stupid pieces there that were just stuck in there. But you know, I pretty well made quick work of, you know, smoothing this out so it would kind of fit the contour of the inside portion of that tube there, not so flat. But it's just an old screwdriver that's been laying around in my toolbox for about a zillion years. So, but that worked. That did the trick right there. So for now, this is where I've got the seat post out. You can kind of even see it in this video that this thing is, the back end is kicked out over a little bit. But I think what I'm going to do next is try to align this frame, to strip it, you know, align it, strip it, weld it up, clean it all up. You know, that's kind of, you know, the basic outline of what I'm going to do. But I think I'll leave the inside of the bottom bracket shell, I won't strip that and leave that so my painter buddy can color match it. And I found got a buddy that actually has some NOS decals, but I found some pretty decent little reproduction ones on eBay. And either which way, I'll see what my buddy wants to sell me. You know, I don't even know if he wants to, he's kind of a collector, I don't know if he wants to sell the decals, but I don't know, the plan for now is just to kind of make it look, you know, basically as new looking as possible. But I'm just gonna, I don't know at this point if I'm gonna build it up. I think I'm just gonna kind of restore the frame and paint it, put the original decals, and then just kind of have it as something that hangs on the wall. But you know, I don't know, that's kind of the initial what I want to do with it. But possibly build it up, I don't know. It's kind of cross that bridge as I go along. But you know, if it's painted and decals, that's always something that can happen later on. But for now, I want to just get it aligned and cleaned up, you know, clean up these tacky welds and such, and kind of go from there. So yeah, that's it for this week, and thanks for watching.